I did get in contact with my father, and he told me, never forget Jehovah. That was it. That was his name, and that's all I got out of it. I knew that there was nobody that could help me but God. So that's when I found myself in prayer to Jehovah. I vowed that I would make it my business to learn more about him than just his name. At that time, that's all I knew. So one of the main challenges that I'm facing is that I have developed cancer and have gone through 4 cancer operations and also some chemotherapy. Without relying upon Jehovah to help me to overcome these challenges, there's no doubt in my mind that I never would have been able to make it.
Absolute rubbish. So we've just been listening again to Enrique Torres Jr. Nearly said Enrique Iglesias. No, it was not that Enrique. Enrique Torres Jr., who is a convicted felon. In fact, a convicted murderer. If you read between the lines, he's actually killed. He's actually taken human life. And he's talking here about his cancer. Obviously, I sympathize with anyone who has or has suffered with or has died from cancer, as someone who lost his own mother to cancer. So cancer's kind of a difficult word for me. Whenever someone raises that particular word, I'm immediately on edge due to my own experience. But I can tell you now, people do beat cancer. People do go through chemotherapy and the various treatments without being Jehovah's Witnesses, without having to rely upon their faith as Jehovah's Witnesses. It's an insult to suggest otherwise. What did he say exactly? Without relying upon Jehovah to help me overcome these challenges, cancer operations and chemotherapy, he's referring to as challenges, there's no doubt in my mind that I never would have been able to make it. He wouldn't have been able to make it. What about the medicine itself and the skill of the surgeons? Where do they factor in? Are they of so little consequence where they don't get credit? All of the credit apparently goes to Jehovah, or his reliance upon Jehovah, for the cancer operations, the chemotherapy, and his ability to get through them all. And we're talking, by the way, again, and I'm only stressing this point because he is expressing, at least in what we've seen, so little remorse. We're talking about someone who killed another human being. Apparently, Jehovah needs to give him help to get through his cancer. Where was he for the murder victim? Where was he when Enrique was taking the life of another human being? Why didn't he intercede then? And in some way give Enrique the compassion and humanity that he needed to not commit that crime. This is the problem you have when you start invoking the supernatural in this way. You run into all sorts of problems. And again, I'm not in any way suggesting that there's no way forward for Enrique. There needs to be. He served his time. He went through the criminal justice system. He was sentenced. He was convicted. He served time. So he needs to be... Everyone deserves a second chance, is what I'm saying. But how can you then pivot to talking about your own battle with cancer and about how you couldn't have made it through the challenge of receiving the benefit of modern medicine without God being involved in some way? You can see the problem, can't you? And in my view, it's not just a problem. It's not just something that doesn't make sense. It's words spoken by Enrique that insult the many thousands every year who go through cancer treatments, who go through chemotherapy, and are able to fight that battle without being reliant upon the Jehovah's Witness religion.